Welcome to My Soul. We're live here with Portia Monique, all the way from the USA.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So tell me about your background. How did you get into singing and stuff? Because it's only recently I've come across you with the layabouts and obviously your solo album and all the stuff you've done with real people. Mm-hmm. But what were you doing before that?
I was still singing, just not on a grand scale. I've been singing since the age of 13.
Wow.
But when I started taking it seriously, that's when I was around 15. And didn't really get discovered or get my music out there into the masses until I was about late 20s.
So where did the music thing come from? Is it a family thing?
Absolutely. I come from a musical family. My mother sings, my father plays the piano, I have uncles that are DJs, so yeah, I definitely have a musical family.
And did your parents ever do it professionally, or was...
No one's ever taken it as far as I've taken it. I'm trying to go all the way. I'm like, let's just do it. Let's do it right. But yeah.
And where did that come from? When did you decide this is something you want to do seriously as a career, as opposed to like a hobby? Or
I just realized that there's nothing else in life that I do consistently other than make music. Mm-hmm. So I might as well make that my career.
And how did the whole Real People thing? I think Ollie found you online,
yeah,
is that right?
Came across my website, liked what he heard, and reached out to me. Sent me some tracks, and I liked them, wrote to them, and here we are today.
And this is your first time performing in the UK, is that right?
Absolutely, it's a shame.
And Southport, obviously this is the last Southport, which is really sad.
Right.
But at least you got to experience it.
Yeah.
How have you found it? How did you find it tonight?
I feel the vibes are good, and I can't wait to get back out there and party with the people. The vibes are amazing, and it feels so good to be invited here, and especially for the last shindig, so it's great.
So when you first started to have wider awareness for your music, you started off with house style stuff, but on your album it's more diverse than that. So
right.
what's Portia? What's your stuff? What's your personal stuff?
I would consider myself an artist in general. So basically, if you're a painter, you're not going to just paint one thing. You're going to paint a broad spectrum of things, you know? And so with my music, I like all types of music. I like jazz, I like gospel, I like R&B, I guess commercial music. So I want to do it all, you know, and just make it sound good and allow people to appreciate it.
And since you've been doing these releases, have you got much traction in the States, or is it more in Europe that you've got
more
support?
in Europe, and mainly South Africa as well, because when I did the tracks with the layabouts, they became huge in South Africa. Yeah, so a lot of my fan base is in South Africa.
Have you been over there and performed, done the festivals and stuff over there?
Absolutely, several times, and I love it. It's great.
So talk to me about the process with your debut album. So obviously you started doing stuff as a guest vocalist, I guess.
Right.
And then you did your own album. So what was the process going through that, and how did that feel to be doing your own album?
You know what, it was random because we never discussed it. When they would send me tracks to write to for like the layabouts albums or anything, I would just write to it, and the things that we wouldn't use, we'd keep them in the vault. And so one day Ollie said, hey, how do you feel about doing an album? And I'm like, okay, let's do it, why not? And so, yeah, that's how it happened.
And one of my favourite tracks on the album isn't one of the house tracks, actually, it's Smile. So tell me about that track.
Oh, nice. So Smile is basically my inspirational song. Like, hey, if you have a bad day, don't worry about it. Tomorrow's a new day. Dust your shoulders off and, you know, put on a smile, because it'll be better.
Because that's a more sort of soulful track as opposed to some of the house tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff do you want to do in the future? What does the future hold for you?
I want to do as much as possible in the music industry and, you know, beyond. But music is my love, it's my life, and I want to continue to do it forever.
And in terms of live stuff, have you done much live stuff on the house scene as well as doing, like, obviously tonight is with a full live band and everything? But
Not in the house scene. There's usually just backing tracks, which is fine. But eventually I want to get to the point of doing the soulful house tracks live as well. I think that'd be really interesting.
And are you working on new material, another album? Is there going to be another album and stuff?
Well, you know, there may be. Gotta keep a secret. I'm always working on music, always, because music is just within me. It's my life. I'll never stop creating. So there's always going to be something new from Portia Monique, that's for sure.
And what kind of reception have you got since you put the album out?
You know what, so far, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, it's been really good. A lot of the reviews that we're getting are amazing, and A lot of the tweets that I'm getting on social media are very nice. People are in love with Grace, which is a good song. It's like a spiritual song.
And there's some great remixes of that as well.
Oh
isn't there?
yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's getting a lot of good feedback.
And how did you find the reception tonight?
I felt like it was really good. I felt like it was really, really good. The people are just happy and ready to just get out there and dance and support. So I appreciate that. It was good.
And what kind of stuff do you want to do in the future in terms of recording? And
I want to do more house music. I want to do more soulful jazz. I just want to do a little bit of everything. Whatever I sound good at singing, I want to do it because I figure if you have the voice to do it, you can write it, there's the proper track. Why not just put it out there, you know, for people to consume? So, yeah.
And do you enjoy having more creative control as opposed to writing someone else's track or whatever?
Absolutely. I like having creative control because I'm naturally a writer. If anything, well, I'm a singer first, but I started writing at a young age as well, around 9. So, yeah, creative control makes it even better.
And where can people find you if they want to get in contact with you and listen to your music? Where can they find you? On social media and stuff?
Absolutely. You can go to my website, Portia Monique.com. You could also find me on the Real People website, Facebook, which is Portia Monique, Twitter, Portia's Music. So yeah, or you can just Google me, Portia Monique.
And you'll come right at the top.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for coming to Mi-Soul, and I wish you all the best for the future and look forward to some new music.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.